Hello and welcome to Shimrath Plays Caves of Qud. These are the adventures of Hashroshram, the mutant graybeard. Let's think a little bit about what our character might look like. Let's click on the character roster here. So he's a graybeard, mutated human graybeard. I have quills like a porcupine, a stinger where my tail would be that produces paralyzing venom, spinnerets which allow me to leave webs in my wake as I walk or run away, the ability to kindle a small fire, siphon the psychic energy off of other living creatures, and occasionally I dent space-time and cause weird vortices to open up. So yeah, I basically look like a mutated human with porcupine quills and a stinger. So like a cross between a human and a giant scorpion and a porcupine. So yeah, cool. We're gonna go on an adventure. So here we are in the village of Mapar. That is called the Mapar and Fungus Patch. So that must explain why all these mushrooms are around. Let's look at one of these mushrooms. This is a spotted shag spook. Powder coats the skin of the spots on its colossal cap. Its stalk is trunk-like. It takes its pigment from the sap that weeps nearby. And there's another mushroom over here. Same thing, just a little more decorative, apparently. Okay, well, who's this? Snapjaw hunter and friend to the fungi. Tussocks. So a snapjaw is like a small dog-like creature. Tussocks of fur. Small? Is it correct to call them small? Maybe they're not small. I don't think they're small. I think in my mind I equate them to kobolds from Dungeons and Dragons, and so I just immediately thought they were tiny, but they're probably the same size as a human. Tussocks of fur, dress skin stretched over taut muscle. Upright he stands, but he looks ready to drop onto fours. His snout snarls and his ears twitch. He barks, and his hyena tribesmen answer. All right, so I was really looking at him to see if he was someone special in the village that we should talk to. Let's start talking to people. Talk is actually lowercase c, stands for chat. It'll ask you what direction you want to chat in, and we want to talk to this worm. It's not a worm, it's a leech, and it is idly undulating. It probably doesn't have much to say, but if we ask it if there's any work it has to offer, it'll point us in the right direction. Speak to either Hakatnir or Tyrager Tykagat. All right, so that's who we're looking for. We're going to say live and drink, which is a common greeting, and the opposite of whatever greeting is, kind of like an aloha sort of thing, I guess. We can say it when you first see someone and when you depart. Live and drink, right? Right, let's find these folks and talk to them and see what we can do. Here's an individual here. We'll talk to this farmer-looking guy. He's an apple farmer. Peace, friend. All right. Peace to you as well. Live and drink. I think this white snapjaw looks important. This is the snapjaw warlord and friend to the fungi. I don't think it's going to be any different. They just tell me to talk to the same folks. Where are these folks? Ooh, I walked into the giant mushroom and it did not give way. Okay, there is someone in here. Here we go. Okay. This is Farum, the village apothecary. You don't look so good. You need more yuck-wheat and honey in your diet. We can trade with them. We can basically spend our drams of water or barter, something like this reinforced robe that we can't wear anyway because we have quills. you navigate around this menu with the arrow keys, and I think you push space. No, you press enter. Yes, enter to basically highlight this one item or multiples that you want to sell. And I want to buy stuff to eat. I believe this stuff here is all edible, so let's eat it. Guess we'll buy this. And I don't think we'll buy that because it's a little expensive. We'd spend all our money on it. And then after we have marked what we want on his side and what we want on our side, we then hit O for offer. You can see down here. Oh, trade complete. Boom, done. So now we have that stuff. He has our cloth robe, and we can escape out and bid him live and drink. All right, so we got some food for when we inevitably get hungry. If there was no one else inside this place, we could close this door so nobody could see us, and we could loot this chest and maybe get some nice items. But you don't want to do that where anybody can see you, because if you do, you're in trouble. Okay, this blue individual, well, I don't think I can get in here. Okay, yeah, since they're friendly, they basically get out of the way when you move in against them, so you don't have to worry about getting yourself into trouble. I was going to talk to this blue Snapjaw because I think the blue individual in town is actually like the warden of the town. So let's see. Yes, Warden Hashroshram Kuyurur. Okay, I'm not going to say that more than once. Live and drink, traveler. I don't think the warden can give us... Nope, he tells us to go see the same individuals. Thank you, I have more to ask. Now this option here is interesting. You can do a water ritual with, I think, pretty much anyone in the game. You share a dram of your water with them, and you can increase your reputation with them. If your reputation is very high with certain factions or certain individuals, then they can teach you skills, they can teach you recipes. I think if you get a high enough reputation, they'll even join you and adventure with you as a companion. So that stuff is pretty interesting. We're not going to do that just yet. We don't need to trade with them either. We just need to find the big boss folk of the town and do our thing. Now that individual that's just leaving the building is, oh, here is a baboon. Let's talk to the baboon. This is a hulking baboon. It pounds its chest. Okay, live and drink. I'm okay with your display of physical prowess and superiority, and I'm an old graybeard, so I'm not looking for trouble. Where are the folks we need to talk to? Uh-oh, I can't get through here, so I am going to go up a zone and around and back down. So did just sneak into a different zone just to take a shortcut there. We would certainly explore that zone in a while. I don't think this baboon is special because he's yellow. He's just a hulking baboon. All right. So it's a good thing that we're in village and that these folks are everyone here is friendly, because otherwise these baboons would be hostile. They would all throw rocks at me and try to kill me, and it wouldn't be fun. So, okay, up here. All right, let's see. This is Hakatnir, the village tinker. Need a gadget repaired or identified, friend? Or, if you're a tinker yourself, perhaps you'd like to peruse my schematics. I'm going to tell him I'm looking for work. All right. Drifter, we've been speaking to Kins, and we came upon a nearby location forgotten to our people. Nishwomorwer pasture. Nishwomorwer pasture. What riches might this place contain? Artifacts? Arable land? A relic to those with stingers tipped with confusing venom? We must know. If you pinpoint it for us, we will reward you for your work. Will you do it? We hear it's located somewhere between 4 and 8 parasangs north of the Yishri Quat. Sai Schwomer Orchard. Everything is difficult to pronounce. This is going to be tough. Of course, I will do this, and I accept this task, and the reward will be a recoiler and a disc. So a disc, I think, has schematics for how to build certain technology, and then the recoiler is something very handy that can essentially like teleport you back to a certain location. All right, we have a new quest. Our map and journal have been updated. Now, if I was to go right now, right here, and click the overland map, we will see just here a new triangle added. This is the location. So it's cool. It's not too far away. I could probably go and complete that quest fairly easily if I don't get killed out in the wilderness. But for now, let's go back to the village, and we will have to. Can I just click on the map and walk there? No. We'll have to trek back over. And I saw someone over here. Oh, this apple farmer. What's going on with this apple farmer? Ah. Tyrager, Tygacat snores loudly. That's the other person I need to talk to, but I don't necessarily want to wake him up. Seems rude. Hiss is a hide-sheathed hermit and friend to the fungi. May the earth yield for us this season. Maybe I could trade with him. He has furs, only furs. Live and drink. Okay. What to do? I want this person to wake up and give me a quest, but I don't think they're going to. Maybe if I make a loud noise? They are snoring. It's the middle of the day, but who am I to judge? I mean, there should also be a merchant in the town. I don't know that we've seen. I think the merchant is up in this top corner. Boy, I can't walk anywhere because of these mushrooms. So, here we go. This is a Dromad merchant. First, Dromad, that's not self-explanatory, right? So let's look at this creature. This is Dim, the Dromad merchant, a stoic, long-necked man-camel. This trader belongs to the race of mercantile desert rovers who men call Dromad. All right. As you can see, this person is very tough, so you wouldn't really want to pick a fight. And also, in town, I think if you pick a fight with one person in town, you might have the entire village turn against you and get upset. But the other reason why you don't want to fight this merchant is because it's a person you can trade with. Welcome, human. What do you desire? Let's trade. Okay, now, this is a whole different story. The Dromad merchant has a lot of different stuff. So, if we were in the market for something like, say, weird artifacts, no. Things to eat, no. A glow sphere, perhaps? Now, I only have 30 drams of water, and a glow sphere costs $28.57. So I could spend all of my water on a glow sphere, and then I wouldn't have to use torches anymore, right? That's something to consider if I maybe start using. I think I'm already using a two-handed weapon, so yeah, I might need one of those sooner rather than later. Let's look at, here we go. This is the sort of thing we want to get. We want to get some sort of ranged attack other than our quills, in case, in case we get it, or in case when we inevitably get in big fights with things. So right now, I think we are probably okay. I don't know that we need anything before we start adventuring. To start, we're not going to dig into anything super dangerous. I think what we're going to do is basically just explore the region around where we are now, around this village, the village of Mapar, and see if we can hopefully procure some items that are helpful, get a little bit of money to outfit ourselves, and then go on that quest to find. So let's do that. We're going to start by going just this direction outside the gates, and yeah, and then there's a chest there, but as you can see, there's a turtle and a baboon. If we look at them, this is a hulking baboon. From atop his sunning boulder, this small monkey peers at you with eyes full of curiosity. Two puffs of gray fur billow out from either side of his face. And then over here is an irritable tortoise. The long lathe of time shaved the prospects from beneath a reptile's feet until he hid in a shell of plastron and carapace, brooding and peevish. So the fact that they are near the village means that they're like basically residents of the region, so they're not going to attack me like they might out in the wilderness. But it also means that I can't open this chest and take everything, because then they will attack me. Next to us, there's a pile of debris. I think we can search through it. Is that... There's some trash here. I don't want to take the trash. I would like to sift through the trash. I think you need a certain skill to be able to sift through trash and find useful items within. All right, now here's the thing. We could just cruise around with our arrow buttons, or we can press the auto explore key and we can basically look around here. And I'm going to go ahead and do that because I think it's just faster. It may not be faster as far as the amount of time in game it takes, because it seriously is walking and looking in between every row of trees. But we'll be sure not to miss anything important, if there is anything important. I think we're close to seeing everything. Yep, okay, there we go. Nothing terribly exciting. There is a chest, but it is also nighttime now, so let me cruise through these trees. Is it nighttime? No, the sun is going down. It's getting late in the afternoon. If nighttime comes and I can be near this chest, and the creatures can't see me, I could probably loot it, but we'll come back when it gets dark. Heading north. Same deal. Some structures. Will we find anything? Let's auto-explore again. It'll get dark while we're doing that. And there we go. Now that it's dark, let's head back down here and rob somebody. All right. Okay, so here we go. The campfire has illuminated a little bit of a region, and my torch is illuminating something. I'm going to go ahead and open this. It's asking me for what direction, so 5 is underneath you, right? The arrow, the number pad is the directional, 5 is where you're standing. This is not owned by you. Are you sure you want to open it? Since no one can see me, yes, I'm sure. Okay, this is good. There's a weird artifact here, and you can tell by the icon that that's a grenade, right? But my character doesn't know it's a grenade, so it's to me it's just a weird thing that we found. We're gonna pick all this stuff up. Copper nuggets, just a trade good. There's a bronze longsword, which I probably won't use, but I could sell. Fine wafers you can eat, and weird artifacts I'll show you what you can do with them. Hit tab to pick everything up, and we're gonna go to our inventory. We're going to select this weird artifact, pushing space, and now we have some options. I want to examine it. You make some progress understanding the high explosive grenade Mark 1. All right, so now we have a grenade. I'm going to go ahead and equip it so that pressing 7 or 9 to go to the equipment, it will now be in my thrown weapons, so I could throw this explosive grenade at someone if things get really bad. All right, so we've explored this map. We have explored this map. So we're basically just going to go around the perimeter of the village, seeing what we can get our greedy hands on. And we'll go ahead and auto-explore. This is like a very handy feature. So it's possible that you might find strange locations fairly close to the village where you start. It's always a possibility. Auto-explore this zone. Before we get into anything dangerous, we want to try to equip ourselves a little better, and this will definitely help. So as you notice, the sun is now up again, so we can see around a lot farther. Probably takes a little less time to explore the map since you have a greater visibility. Ah, look at this. Hopefully nobody's standing around here, because we can definitely loot those chests. It's funny how much time it spends going through every tree. Okay, so from here, no one can see. No one can see us. Okay, so we're going to open the chest in this direction. We do want to open it, even though it's not owned by us. And we, oh, beautiful, a symbiotic firefly. That's exciting. And open the other chest. Yep, we want that stuff too. Okay, now, inventory. Symbiotic firefly is a light source, so we can equip the firefly, and then we can get rid of all the torches, I believe. Unless the firefly dies, it will just fly around us um, and create light source for us. I don't know how big the light radius is, but it might be fun. Another weird artifact, so we will examine that artifact. We make some progress understanding the metal bracelet. Okay, so now we know that it's a metal bracelet, but we don't know exactly what it does, so we're going to examine it again. You make some progress understanding the compass bracelet. All right, let us look at it. A brass compass fastened to a leather wristband. Chance of becoming lost is reduced by 10%. All right, so let's equip it, and we'll go to our equipment to see that it is on our left arm. And yeah, I feel like we're doing good. We have a symbiotic firefly, we have a grenade, and so far we haven't had to fight or risk death in order to get these things. So I believe this tile will take us back into the village. Yes, okay. So we want to go instead down here. We're going to finish our full circuit around the village and looting what we can. Then we'll look into buying some supplies and maybe taking the journey to that first quest. Although that could be pretty dangerous. I don't know exactly what it might entail, how dangerous the location will be, and what exactly we have to do. It sounded like we just needed to go somewhere and maybe... Oh, guess what? We are famished. We will move slower until we eat again. So, time to eat. We can make camp is here. We're going to do this. It'll ask us which direction. We go boom. We make a little fire. And then I believe we press spacebar? Yes. Spacebar to interact with that campfire. The fire breathes its warmth on your bones. Whip up a meal. We also have these other options, but right now we can't do them just because we don't have any recipes and we don't have ingredients, I think, to cook with yet. So we're just going to whip up a random meal here. You gather some fixings, a sprinkle of strange dust, some shale, and a pinch of tortoise shell. You toss them in a pot and stir. You eat the meal. All right, nothing that exciting. Hopefully it made me less hungry. I am now sated and quenched. So that's good. That's what we needed. Sometimes you whip up the right meal, or if you're lucky, you'll whip up a meal that has some sort of effect, gives you an ongoing effect, and then various recipes do that. So, all right, and then we're headed this way, just south of the village. And we're gonna go ahead and auto search again. All right, oh, wait, let's just press space and stop the auto exploration. Just go back down here and open this. Yes, we want to open it. All right. Not too exciting. Some various weapons, things to eat, copper nuggets, but we'll take it. So I have left the music on in the background. You probably have noticed. Sound effects will be on as well. When we start getting into battles, you'll definitely hear the sound effects. Normally I would turn the music off because it interferes with the voice, but I think the Caves of Qud music is really good, so I didn't want to leave it out completely. Okay, that's the village. Since we're right here, let's see if this guy's awake. He snores loudly. All right, apparently, maybe the main dude here doesn't keep a regular, like, normal schedule. So I don't know what his deal is. All right, I think we can get to this chest where nobody can see us. As you can see, when I was here, there's somebody here that has line of sight, right? But if I'm here, breaking the line of sight, I can open the chest and get away with it. Scaled boarskin gloves. Cool. And a hand axe. Let's get them. Go to our inventory. That is armor, but it's hand armor, right? So let's look at them. Hard leather gloves worn by the moisture farmers of Joppa to protect their hands from the briery watervine frogs. Scaled, this item grants the wearer 250 reputation with unshelled reptiles, and it's in perfect condition. So let's equip it. I'm going to say, instead of equip auto, I'm going to equip manual. So I have a lit torch in one hand, a walking stick. I can put it in my hands. So I think that's where it would have equipped anyway. So, all right, continue to explore. All right, let's do anything else to explore. And luckily, it also became nighttime while we were exploring. Oh, maybe, no, it didn't. The sun is close to setting because here is a chest, and you know what I want to do. I'm going to make it so this gentleman can't see what I'm doing, and then steal that. Basically steal that. So we'll come back to the south. Oh, I tried to go north, but you can see down here in the, I thought the zone was loading, but it says, ouch, the way is blocked by some marl. So we'll go over some and up. And there we go. Okay, we already explored this. And there is a chest up there, but I believe that was the first one that we got into. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just press the 5 button and see how long it takes the sun to go down. Is it nighttime yet? Okay, it's starting to get dark. I can tell that by the fact. You can also, I think in this, maybe a little, no, not that. R? Yeah, okay, capital W for wait. How many turns would you like to wait? Let's say, let's wait 25 turns. Done waiting. Okay, apparently it wasn't enough for the sun to go down, but he's taking a little walk. Maybe he'll go somewhere where he can't see us. Okay, now you see the light closing in? Getting dark, right? All right. All right, that's the radius of our firefly. So that's cool. Let's open this. Wow, look at this. Dried law petals, fire ant gaster paste, and some other stuff. Let's take all of it. And then let's walk over here and brag about the fact that we just stole some stuff. Now, I know it's a little unrealistic in the sense that if I'm standing here glowing in my own firefly light, stealing this stuff, this person can certainly see me, even though I can't see them. But I guess it's more of like a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy logic, where if I can't see you, then you can't see me, type of thing. All right. Back to the village. Now, here we are. We have some things we don't, bear jerky we can eat. Let us let us look at these things. Dried law petals, 1 serving. Dried, these thick yellow-brown petals bear a closer resemblance to meat jerky than most other flowers. Adds fear-based effects to cooked meals. All right. Fire ant gaster paste. Let's look at that. Califaction was ground in a mortar, simmered in brine, and congealed. Adds heat and fire-based effects to cooked meals. All right, so like I was saying earlier, these are ingredients. Vine wafers, fairly common. A knot of bark swollen with moisture and cold from the water vine, the gift of Agraria. All right, so they not only help you with your hunger, they help you with your thirst as well because they're full of water. Witchwood bark. A flake of witchwood bark. The inside shimmers with a silvery light and smells faintly of mirth. It doesn't tell you what witchwood bark does. I think it has a healing property, but I guess you don't know that until you eat one. So I'm sure we'll get the opportunity. Now we have a bunch of unburnt torches, which we really don't need anymore because we have a firefly. I don't think the firefly can get killed. We have these: bronze dagger, bronze longsword, club, and hand axe, and copper nuggets that we can sell and trade for items. So that's what we're going to do now. We are going to talk to the Dromad merchant, and we are going to start marking some things for sale here. We're going to sell all of our torches, because why not? We're going to sell all these weapons, and we're going to sell these nuggets, and we're going to try to get something good. So at this point, as you can see down here, we have 23 drams of water. Everything we've just marked is worth 52 drams of water. So we essentially have a 75 drams of water that we can use to purchase things. We don't need the glow sphere anymore because now we have the firefly. So maybe we will focus on getting this musket. Ooh, 63, that's a lot, but might keep us alive, and as many of these lead slugs as we can. 27 shots in this willowy musket. Let's look at it. I pushed the wrong button to mark it, which brought up this menu, but it's actually probably a good idea to look at it. Willowy musket, 8 penetration, D8 damage. This simple muzzle-loading musket is inaccurate, but is sometimes used by the desert tribes. Category: weapon class bows and rifles, accuracy low. Willowy is a trait of items. That means it weighs much less than normal. I think I'm going to buy it, just because we want to be able to start shooting something nasty before it gets in our face and murders us. Okay, offer. I'll have to pony up 12 drams of fresh water to even the trade. Do I agree? I do. Trade complete. Okay, now, live and drink, friend. Let's go see if the big boss man has woken up yet. Does not look like he has. He's still blinking, if that's any indicator. He snores loudly. I feel like maybe he has an issue. Maybe he's just like always asleep. What can you do to wake somebody up? There's nothing I can do to wake him up that wouldn't be aggressive enough to piss everybody around here off, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, let's go to our inventory and get our stuff ready. We are going to equip the musket, and we are going to equip the slug. By equipping slugs, listen. Hear it as the sound effect for loading your musket. So a couple of ways. You can either go to the inventory and equip slugs, which means you load a bullet into your musket, or you can, I think, hit lowercase r to reload, which we'll probably be doing as we start fighting things. I think we have everything equipped that we want. Looking at our stuff again, we could have also taken off and sold this bloodstained neck ring. This is something I probably should explain. These symbols around any armor type item. The diamond is how much it adds to your armor value. The circle is how much it adds to your dodge value. So my quills give me +2 armor. The bloodstained neck ring doesn't give you anything. So this is basically just a trinket that we can sell. But I think it's because of the region that we come from. We start with this, so it's sort of like a sign of our people, kind of. We have the compass bracelet, which doesn't provide armor, but helps us not get lost. We're going to be hitting people with an electrified walking stick. We're going to be shooting people with a willowy musket with lead slugs in it. We have 1 armor from our boarskin gloves, and they're scaled, which will help us with reptiles that don't have shells. Spring-loaded sandals, no armor ratings, but gives us a little bit of a benefit to our movement. Let's look at that. Okay, pair of cracked leather sandals, spring loaded. This item grants bonus move speed plus 5 move speed, so that's good. We have a stinger, which we can sting people on purpose, or we can just hope that in the process of fighting people in melee combat that we will sting them and paralyze them. If things get really hairy, we can throw this explosive grenade and blow some people up. And then our firefly is going to light the way when it gets dark. So I feel like this is a good place to stop. And then we will, I think, hit the overland map and go do something exciting in the next episode. Hopefully it won't be too exciting, though, because there's only so much excitement an old graybeard like me can handle. All right. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.